The Black Lives Matter movement is one of the most talked about, yet misunderstood movements of today. People are confused about why it exists, why it's so important to Black people, where other races stand in the midst of this movement, and why people aren't in the streets chanting All Lives Matter. To understand the Black Lives Matter movement, you have to begin from its origins.
There are major developments tonight in the case of a neighborhood watch captain in Florida who shot and killed an unarmed 17-year-old.
On February 26, 2012, Trayvon Martin was murdered by George Zimmerman after they supposedly got into an altercation. Trayvon was only 17 when he was shot by Zimmerman. He was on his way back from buying Skittles in Arizona when Zimmerman began following him after deeming him suspicious. This sent the public into frenzy. People were looking for justice for the life of this young man, but they didn't get it, because on July 13, 2013, Zimmerman was acquitted of second-degree murder.
Verdict: we the jury find George Zimmerman not guilty. So say we all foreperson.
It upsets me, not just because it was a racial situation, just the fact that someone could get away with a crime as they did.
The amount of force that was used by George Zimmerman was not necessary. Trayvon Martin was literally walking home with a hood on, and he was harassed by a security guard. And as a result of the harassment, he lost his life. And the same thing happens all the time. You don't always lose your life, but young Black men are harassed by security guards, police officers for no reason other than just being a Black person.
Don't understand how you can murder a person and then get away with it. He had no reason to fire a gun or to even talk to him, to approach him, to touch him. Like, he had no right to do that. And somehow, he decided to go pick up a gun and shoot this innocent boy that he doesn't know. And then they didn't do anything about it.
Around this time was when Black Lives Matter was established by Opal Tometi, Alicia Garza, and Patrisse Cullors. It was created because many people were thinking the same thing. If another man was able to kill a Black young man and get away with it, then did Black lives really matter to the justice system? Black Lives Matter was a way for people to bring back the validity of Black lives in the eye of the justice system and demand accountability for the actions of the people taking the lives of innocent Black men and women. Black Lives Matter was established in good time, because a year later it would bring about the worst summer I've ever seen. Summer 2014.
The summer of 2014 was very difficult.
The summer of 2014 was heartbreaking.
The summer of 2014 was more of the same. All these young Black people were killed in 2014, but the only difference is that their murders were either caught on tape or the details of their murder went viral. That's the only difference between them and the countless other young people of color who lost their lives and we don't know anything about them. That's the only difference.
Michael Brown was like the very first case, well, after Trayvon Martin, where I just immediately started crying and Googling and researching and really trying to become, like woke. That was like that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me to understand what was happening. Like, this young boy was murdered for no reason, and then everyone started talking about how he had robbed a store or he had done all these other things, and no one actually knew what it was, but they wanted to suddenly tarnish his reputation just because he was shot. They never thought about, well, maybe he didn't do anything. Or even, I just don't understand how people can automatically just let someone die because they did something wrong, maybe. Because if Michael Brown had robbed a store, that does not mean that he should lose his life for that. He made a stupid mistake. If he did it, he was going to college. Like, there was no reason for anyone to lose their life, and like, that just didn't make sense to me. Yeah. The Black Lives Matter movement gives the Black community a sense of hope and comfort, because it's something that we were all kind of thinking, but as soon as the hashtag came out, it was like, well, this is it, but like in a concrete form, in like words where we can explain it. And if you're like in an argument with someone and you're trying to explain why children shouldn't be dying and why we should like love ourselves, right here is like the one phrase, Black Lives Matter. It just kind of sums up all the pain that we've been feeling without having to express how angry we are. It's just Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter gives young Black people a cause to rally around. You know, there's a social media, it's not a social media campaign, but a lot of it is driven by social media, and a lot of it is driven by high school students, college students, recently graduated Black students, and just young Black youth. And it has brought in people who are not Black as well. And it gives them a rallying call. It gives them an opportunity to become politically involved. As you've seen, the Black Lives Movement has been mentioned in the political debates. They've been interviewed by Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, because there are a lot of Black people in this world, and if we are able to come together around a cause and are able to mobilize our vote and our voice, then we can make change.